Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is a 2021 action comedy that once again follows Michael Bryce and Darius Kincaid as they are once again on the run, this time with Kincaid's wife, Sonia Kincaid, when soon the trio find themselves engulfed in a madman's cynical plan to take down Europe. First of all, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is a terrible name. Let's just put that out on the table. I know we're introducing the wife, Sonia, played by Salma Hayek, in a more forward role. She was in the first film very slightly, but oh gosh, they should have just went with Hitman's Bodyguard 2 because this title is terrible. I hate it. And I guess the first one made money because otherwise I saw literally no reason for this sequel to exist. But our cast was all back, the director was back, and the premise was fun in the first one. I had so much hope going into that first one that I went into the sequel hoping that they could fix the issues the first film brought. And ultimately, I guess I liked it slightly more than that first film, though I thought the first film was absolutely terrible, so it's not saying much. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into some positives. Well, I do think adding that third person into the mix made it a little bit more fun. Having them be a trio and having Salma Hayek there spiced things up a little bit, and I thought they had decent enough chemistry as a little group. And there are certainly times where I chuckled. That's all I did was chuckle. But there are several moments throughout that have kind of fun sight gags, if you will. And that's about all I have for positives. I really didn't like this film. Again. Ugh. So let's go ahead and talk about the negatives. Well, if I were to say one thing about this film, one way to describe The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is try hard. It just tries too hard at everything and doesn't really succeed at anything. It wants so bad to be this satire, this spoof, if you will, of this type of action film with these flashback scenarios and trying to really make fun of the story beats that come along with those films. And it just doesn't land ever. They're not funny enough. They're just ridiculous. The plot itself is just ridiculous. And they don't do enough with their jokes making fun of the plot to make up for the fact that their story isn't good. Tries so hard to be this like sight gag humor type of film full of physical comedy, and maybe once or twice it's all right. It works okay. All of our characters are so over the top, loud, brash, and annoying. I would really love if Salma Hayek could find a dramatic role these days. She looks gorgeous, as she always does, but seeing her just be this super loud, brash, over the top woman in film after film, it makes me sad, if I'm being honest. Because she's so much more talented than just being pigeonholed into this stereotype that does nothing with her talents. Even as a comedian, this doesn't do her talents justice. Ryan Reynolds is probably the best of our main cast, but even he is not able to save this material with his genuine charm. Samuel L. Jackson is there. Morgan Freeman is here. He's not very good. Frank Grillo, not very good. Richard E. Grant is completely wasted. And Antonio Banderas, I'm not really sure what he was doing other than collecting a paycheck here. The visual effects are horrible. They're so bad. I'm not sure what's going on. And Patrick Hughes, the director of this film, I mean, he directs a lot of cheesy action movies, and he directed the first one, and this falls right in line with his track record. Not very well directed, it's not very well paced, it doesn't look good. Overall, the film just fell flat for me. It's loud, it's obnoxious, it's annoying, but worst of all, it's not funny. Certainly not funny enough to warrant its own existence. So Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is the unnecessary sequel I was dreading that it would be. If you enjoyed the first film, I don't know, maybe you'll like this one. Can't really speak for that demographic because I really did not like that first film. And if you're like me and didn't like the first, well, I find it quite difficult to imagine you'd have much more fun with this one. Honestly, I think you could just skip the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard altogether. But if you're looking for a really, really mindless laugh, give it a watch when it comes to streaming or TV for free. So that is my review of Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard? And what did you think of the first one? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.